I'm going to be judging this game on graphics, character and environmental models, as well as level layout. Audio, which includes music and sound effects. Core loop, things that need to be repeated over and over again, which can make games addictive or boringly repetitive. Number 1. Graphics. Keep in mind, this game is based on a cartoon series for children. In my opinion, the models are excellent representations of the cartoon versions of each character. The only one I sometimes have issues with is Tommy, because his mouth looks deformed, as if it is under his neck and not actually on his face. Something I appreciate about this game is also the fact that, unlike a lot of PlayStation 1 games, when someone is talking, you'll see the head shake but no lip movement. Well, in this game, they actually animate the mouth talking. A lot of people discourage this and say that it looks ugly in this game. I actually appreciate it because instead of going the cheap route and just bobbing their head back and forth or doing a behind the head shot and having the person dub over it, you actually see the mouth move and say the line that they're saying.
This new invention is going to put Pickles toys on the map.
The colors, however, are incredible. I oftentimes found myself staying in levels long past what I was meant to, just running around and looking at the background images, the toys, the trees, bushes, flora, fauna, and whatever objects were around. You even get to play as all of the babies and Spike? How neat. Level layouts are great. They made up so many different environments for this game, such as the Upside Down House, the grocery store, the park, the Toy Palace, outer space, and golf course, as well as many others. They made a fully explorable version of the Pickles house, which is true to the TV series. To add icing to the cake, most levels are based on an episode from the show, except for the Cookie Race and Egg Hunt. This is one of the most loyal video game adaptations I have ever seen and played.
Here we don't. Here we go again.
Oh, the cold fusion reactor's not even included. Let's go, kids.
The bonus levels tend to be easy, although they are among my favorite levels just for the cookie box throw and chocolate milk football mini-games. Something about throwing a box of cookies or a bottle of milk to each of the babies and trying to eat or drink them as fast as possible has always been highly addictive to me, even as an adult. Maybe it has something with keeping things away from Angelica.
Angelica Pickles, what is this mess? Who was watching her?
Uh-oh.
The physics in Collision are abysmal. Sometimes you have to glitch through an object to get a Reptar bar. Sometimes you think you'll jump to a spot only to be launched way over it, or accidentally fall off the side of something that is supposed to be solid. However, on a brighter note, the throwing games, such as the cookie box and chocolate milk mini games, add weight to the objects, which impresses me to this day. And the fact that you get to fly in Angelica's space level, play as Spike the dog, and ride a kiddie bike as Phil and Lil, that's something impressive for the time period.
Thank you! Thank you!
The music is ripped straight from the show, which gives this game yet another faithfulness point in my eyes. For the first time ever, we get to hear the soundtrack in ultimate clarity. And the fact that a lot of the tunes are catchy makes this music so memorable that it will randomly loop in your head throughout your life. I know it has mine. The sound effects are okay for a game like this. Some are spooky, such as the Ghosts in the Night level, and the Geese in Grandpa's Teeth level. The voice acting is great since all the TV show cast came back to voice their respective characters.
Potato salad.
Pop, don't!
Pop, you're scaring the children.
Potato salad sticks to my teeth.
Core loop. The game is so varied that there isn't much about it that is repetitive other than the 3 or 4 moments where you have to lift an object up and throw it at something, such as the lobsters or Mr. Friend. The levels are so varied that you never have time to get bored of repeating an action. The differing maps for multiple levels never allows you to tire of seeing the same environment twice. This game, in my eyes, is multiple games in one. It's basically a party game. You have a shooter, a Carnival on the Rails game, a fighting game, a free-roaming sandbox, a pet simulation, a folk sport game,
You can run but
a survival horror game,
thinking I can't whistle.
a collectathon, a destroy your environment, and a few other genres all in one. There's also a cut level that supposedly can be played with a cheat code called The Return of Mr. Friend, but I wasn't able to find any gameplay of it online, nor was I able to access it for myself.
Watch it! Ouch!
Larry, clean up on aisles.
Your turn, dude.
No way!
Hey, man, I cleaned up the sodas.
Well, I just mopped up the baby powder.
Forget you.
Forget you too, man.
I found myself having fun and reliving fading memories of me playing this as a child while recording this gameplay. Based on these criteria, I'll give the game a 4 out of 5, no questions asked. It's highly memorable to me. They really did go all out on trying to make this game as faithful to the episodes and show as possible.
I'm a mean, lean squirting machine.
What?
Welcome to the Gigantomungus Studio Tour, everyone. Home of Gigantomungus Fun. My name is Larry, and I'll be your guide today. On your left is our prop storage area. It's totally cool, but we're not going there till later on in the tour. On your right is the hot set area, filled with huge movie stars shooting exciting new blockbuster films.
I'm going to be judging this game on 3 criteria. Graphics, which includes character and environmental models as well as level layout. Audio, which includes music and sound effects. Core loop, things that need to be repeated over and over again which can make games addictive or boringly repetitive. First up, graphics. The graphics are almost a direct rip from the Search for Reptar game, with some minor improvements. I don't know if it's just me, but Tommy doesn't look like his mouth is under his chin in this game, which is an issue I had with the first game, which looks like they fixed it in this one, from what I can tell. The colorfulness is still there, but for some reason I can't help but feel that it's a little off. Maybe it's the differing types of minigames environments this time around. I suppose looking at it now, the first game looked overexposed and oversaturated during the day levels, while in Studio Tour, they look cleaner. The space levels look absolutely gorgeous though. Seriously, I could run around in those levels for half an hour just staring at the color dynamics. Susie takes a slightly bigger role in this game, but not by much. At least she has a voice this time around.
I'm a mean, lean squirting machine.
Level layouts are more complex thanks to the tag and pirate levels as well as the separate hub worlds. The thing missing for me is that you now start off in a scrolling hub and only load into an explorable hub world when selecting which baby or babies you want to play as. It makes the game feel more hollowed out. However, the hub worlds themselves are nice to look at and are usually decorated to match the type of levels you'll be playing. Music. The music is mostly ripped straight from the show and the last game, which begs me to wonder, since they most likely copy and pasted the models from Search for Reptar and the music, how much did this game cost to make, and was it cheaper to make than the first?
Way to go! You found the right key. You guys stay here. I'm gonna go find help, and then we'll go find a little bald guy.
That guy couldn't find his head if it was on his shoulders. We got to find Shorty ourselves. But Angelica, he said to stay here. Chucky, Angelica's right. Huh? There's a first this time for everything. We lost the deal, so it's up to us to find him. Come on, let's go. Hold your ponies! You babies go one way, and I'll go the other. Okay, come on, you guys. Marge! This is a job for Sherlock Holmes.
The voice cast once again returns, thank God, lending faithfulness to the cartoon series. Core Loop, being much like its predecessor, a party game with multiple game types in one, odd enough, after a while things do seem boringly repetitive. The races all seem the same, the treasure hunts, space race to the finish, and lazy saddle levels all got old after a while. You do the same thing over and over again in restricted spaces. The best part of the game for me was the level where you place Detective Angelica in the graveyard, and the runaway Reptar level with the Reptar mobile. There's not much to say about this game unlike the Search for Reptar because it feels like a toned down version of that, and they didn't really try to make anything stand out. They cut down on everything that made the first game great, even the lack of cutscenes was highly noted by me. The game is so easy that I beat it in 1 hour, only playing the pirate levels, gathering enough Reptar bars to unlock keys for door number 1, and the space levels to get through door number 2. I didn't even have to do any of the lazy saddles or go-kart races. I only did those afterward to have clips for this review. That being said, I'll give this game a 3 out of 5. It's too easy and a downgrade in my opinion from the first game.
Dilly, slow down! I'll stop or I'll pull! Dill, stop! Dilly, stop, please! I want to go home! Hurry, you guys! We almost got Tim! How can it be so hard to catch someone who can't even walk? Is it over? Hey, wait for me! I wasn't scared. I was, just letting you babies get the best view. Nothing scares me.
And this is our new Reptar Park ride, the scariest, most high-tech ride in the world. If it ever works, it's still got a few bugs in it. Like that. She must be a tester.
Angelica? You're in a lot of trouble, young lady. But, it was the baby's idea! Now, Angelica, the kids have been here the whole time.
And they've been great. I haven't heard a peep out of them.
This tour's probably too exciting for 'em, that's all.
No, they was with me, and we were pirates. Arr! And astronauts. Blast off! And cowboys, yee-haw! And we drove race cars, vroom, vroom! Oh dear. Classic Lipschitz sensory overload. I'm afraid you can't have any non-dairy ice cream from the studio commissary. It could put you over the edge. What? No! No! We did it, you guys! We saved Jill! Woohoo! Yeah! What'd we win, Tommy? The satisfaction of a job well done. Yeah. Good. And ice cream. Woohoo! That's better. By the time we do something, I'm gonna be a grown-up.
I'm going to be judging this game on 3 criteria. Graphics, which covers character and environmental models as well as level layout. Audio, which includes music and sound effects. Core Loop, things that need to be repeated over and over again which can make games addictive or boringly repetitive. I'll have you know that to my knowledge, you can't change your baby once you pick it at the beginning of the game, so I played through the entire game as Chucky. But since I'm hopelessly devoted to making these game reviews high quality, I went back after beating the game and recorded gameplay of the other babies. 1. Graphics. The graphics in this game have had a total overhaul. The characters all look exactly like their movie, not cartoon, counterpart, and in a way higher quality than the last 2 games. Kimmy joins the fray this time as a new character to play as since she was introduced in the movie that this game was inspired by, and Susie once again is left out. The homeworlds are all beautiful, and the colors are so vivid I feel like I'm in a baby version of heaven when I run around. My 2 gripes are that the worlds feel claustrophobic. It feels like I'm trying to escape my own colon. Everything is so tight. Ooh. Gripe number 2 is everything feels empty. Sure, there are flies near the trash cans and butterflies randomly placed about, but where are all the people? For a theme park, it is empty. Now, I can't remember if in the movie the theme park was open or not, but it shouldn't matter. At least add a janitor here or there to make things feel fleshed out. They also removed the ability to jump, which is annoying, and makes navigating the warehouse a total pain trying to get Reptar tickets. Something that absolutely disgusts me is this place. Hello everyone, now highway to travel through chuggy finsters, sinuses. Don't get trapped in his boogers. Jokes aside, the cave is gorgeous as well and is one of the only places that actually needed to feel claustrophobic in the game. The golf levels were absolutely the highlight of the game for me. They're beautiful, well lit, and the colors are incredible. Two, music. The music is almost completely original, or slight remixes from the show and the other two games. Some songs have a Paris-esque to them. No complaints here on that front. Once again, the voice cast from the show returns, thank God, lending faithfulness to the cartoon and the movie it's based on. There is literally only one cutscene in the whole game that is the intro.
Usually here at Reptile Amusement Park's a happily place, but not today. Robo-Snail got the princess trapped in a tower on the volcano. We got to save her. Forget that. I'm just here for the rides. Princess will probably give whoever saves her lots of candy and other good stuff. Oh, here I come, princess!
Wait, if this is where Reptar lives, why doesn't he save the princess?
Reptar doesn't know she's in trouble, but there's a special helmet inside the park that helps you talk to him. If we get it, we can tell him what to do.
Wow, I didn't know anybody could tell Reptar what to do.
That's up this, Mommy.
We got to go in there and save her, you guys.
Yeah! And have fun! And ride lots of rides, too!
Yeah!
And eat lots of Burmies!
And mud! Okay, so maybe that's just us.
Let's go!
It looks like a pre-rendered video file that was heavily compressed to crap and looks awful compared to the other two games. Seriously, look at this compared to the other two games.
That's my Easter egg! They're all mine unless you can tile to them first. Oh, sure. And the moon isn't made out of cheese. I'm going to the place he said was totally cool. Good idea. Yeah. Follow us. Come on, Dilly. Mommy wouldn't like it if you melted. It's gonna be a long day.
I don't think that's such a good idea. That guy said that we were going there later, not now. And if we go now, maybe there'll be monsters in there. I don't do well with monsters. And then...
One word comes to mind. Cheap. 3. Core Loop. Again, it is a party game with multiple game types in one. The games are more varied this time, but maybe it is the long travel between entrances that it just makes it feel like there aren't many of them. It feels more like Studio Tour than the search for Reptar, which for some may be a good or a bad thing depending on how you look at the other two games. In the golf game, there's no longer a guiding arrow to help you line up your shot, which massively annoyed me, and at times I would hit the ball at the perfect speed and it would fly over the hole and make me hit it again instead of going in the hole. The skee ball also lacks a guiding arrow, so everything is guesswork as to where the ball will go once it is released. The bumper car games were fun as they should be. The booger boats presented a challenge, but there were only 2 variations of those levels, so there's not much to complain about. The baseball carnival game was what you'd expect, a fairly easy but fun minigame. The puzzles annoyed me a whole bunch, but every game needs a challenge, and it was mostly because of me that I had such a hard time with them. As for the final battle against the snail robot, I am the absolute best and beat him like a god without taking any damage. That being said, I'll give this game 2 out of 5. 1 point for the graphics upgrade, 1 for the backdrops, but everything else was just bland in my eyes. Definitely my least favorite of the 3 games so far. Also, the fact that after you beat the Robo-Snail, you don't even get so much as a cutscene to do a final farewell. You just get told, hey, thanks for playing, play it on a harder difficulty now. That's lame, and that's cheap, and it's a huge cop-out. You lose the cutscenes, and the final battle isn't even that climactic. You don't unlock anything, you just get told to replay it again on a harder difficulty. I'm going to be judging this game on 3 criteria. Graphics, character and environmental models, as well as level layout. Audio, which includes music and sound effects. Core loop, things that need to be repeated over and over again, which can make games addictive or boringly repetitive. Number 1, graphics. I'm gonna come out punching and just admit, this game is butt ugly. As a child, I liked the way this game looked. Was I taken aback by how it looked uglier than the other 3 games? Yes. But I didn't see it as super awful. Now I want to gag just looking at this game. Angelica here looks worse than she does in the other 3 PS1 Rugrats games. You do get to play as some of the other Rugrats, but in a more evenly spread out role. You don't play as Angelica more than you play as any of the others, which is a good thing. The movement in this game is heavily restricted though. The fashion mall looks decent. This game basically looks like an animated coloring book with some South Park inspired animation. The wardrobe room looks nice, as does the catwalk fashion room. But that's not enough to save this game graphic wise.
How can I not win? Give me, I'm dying.
Number 2, audio.
Show off the outfits you won. Shop till you mop at Fluffy's Pinball Maze.
The music is pretty much all original, so I'll give this game a ton of credit for that. Is the music memorable? No. I just got done playing this for 2 hours and I don't remember a single song, which is sad. At least from the other 3 games, I remember at least one song from each of them after playing them, even days or weeks or months or years later.
Now that I have the new Cynthia Dream Mall fashion show playset, you can be as beautiful and graceful as me, Cynthia. Open! 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 There! Open! Hey! It's broken! Those mailmen need to be more careful. Now how am I gonna play Mall Fashion Show Queen? I know! I'll be the star! You don't mind if I'm the star instead of you, do you, Cynthia? That's what I thought. Now I just need some extras to run the mall and be my adoring public. I'm going to be the Mall Fashion Show Queen. Do it, Lillian!
The cartoon voice cast once again returns, which is the saving grace of each of these PS1 Rugrats games. Number 3, core loop. The minigames are absolutely forgettable. The only ones I had a tiny bit of fun with were Phil and Lil catching frogs, Kimmy's follow the leader, and catching the cookies with Angelica. The pinata game is a pain in my arsehole most of the time. Tommy doesn't even move in the direction you tell him to move. The Fluffy's ball of yarn takes forever, but it does look nice, to my eyes at least. Hiding in the box from Grandpa is frustrating, where not even touching an object wakes the old bastard. Chucky's meth lab, while fun, everything moves so slowly. So on and so forth. Phil and Lil catching bugs made my eyes ache from how ugly everything looks in that map. The fashion room is fun to customize Angelica with different outfits and accessories, though, and actually going out on the catwalk and shaking my moneymaker like the kids from Netflix's Cuties movie was fun. Although these aren't all the minigames, if I went through all of them, this video would take way longer to make, and the ones that aren't mentioned are nearly the same as all of these with slight remixes to playstyle, and I don't want to relive playing any of this game. I'd give this game a 1 out of 5. It was so bad I could not even finish it. I borrowed the ending cutscene from Phobius's VGM YouTube channel. Check him or her out and sub to them. The only reason why this game got a 1 is because of the completely original music, and the wardrobe room and catwalk looking pleasant to my eyes. This game is completely forgettable. A slight improvement from Rugrats in Paris is that instead of having only 1 cutscene, this game has 2. If only it looked and sounded as good as the first 2 games. But it doesn't. It's totally lame, totally sucks, totally Angelica.